Good evening, everyone. We're going to get started. Please find your seats. Oh, we've got awfully quiet. Thank you. Again, good evening. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Jeff Bookman. I'm the president of the Baldwinsville Varsity Hockey Booster Club. Excuse me. Thank you. So welcome to the banquet this evening. Just a brief announcement, Coach Lloyd will be back shortly. He left something at home, so he'll be back. So tonight, we're here to celebrate these players, this coach, and all of you for making this season a great one. We've got a lot to discuss and cover this evening. I'm sure Coach has a lot to say. Not right now, but he will. But before we do that, we want to get started right with dinner. So that staff here has prepared a wonderful meal for us. They'll call you up by table. So please relax, enjoy the meal, enjoy the company, enjoy a beverage or two, but really relax and enjoy yourselves, and let's have a fun evening. We'll start with the boys, the players.
I can hear it.
Let me see. Test. Hello.
Oh, it's good.
All right, everybody, we're going to get this started. Thanks for coming. Thanks for being here. Celebrating a great group of guys who really deserve it. Great year, a lot of fun. So I'm glad you could all be here to celebrate. One thing before I get started, I think a lot of people may have missed it. I had a sign-in sheet or sign-up sheet for summer hockey. In Skinny Atlas, there's 7 high school teams. They're looking for an 8th. I was going to send out an email a while ago mentioning it and seeing how many people were interested, but then Mitch Major, the Skinny Atlas coach who runs the summer league, said games are Mondays and Wednesdays. Muskie said that he's going to run his clinics on Wednesdays in the summer. I thought, I want the guys going to Muskie's clinics, being on the ice for an hour rather than being on the ice for 13, 14, 15 minutes in a scrimmage game in the summer. But Mitch did get back to me, say that we could make all our games Mondays. So now I'm interested. If we could do Summer League hockey on Mondays and James's clinics on Wednesdays, that would be great. So right now, again, I think a lot of people missed it. It was at the front table when you came in. We've got 6 people signed up. I'll see what the numbers are. We're going to need like 20, 21, 22, because it's during the summer. There's going to be people on vacation. They're going to miss. I don't want to show up to a game with 6 guys. And that's why we eventually stopped doing this like 4 or 5 years ago. They do one last like little playoff game. We had like 6 guys, and there was a game before us, and I think we asked CBA, hey, any of you guys want to play? If it's going to be like that, I don't want to bother. But if guys are interested, really want to do it, terrific. All right, love to do it. Also, if any parents would be interested in running it, I prefer not to coach it in the summer. I just like to be up in the bleachers and watch the kids play. So if anybody was interested, love to have you involved. All right, next. I always start the banquet the same way, and that's with my thank yous. So first, my assistant coaches. Coach McCaffrey, Coach Muscatello, they've been with me a long time now and just do a great job. And I can honestly say I've been at this for 39 years. If it weren't for these two, I still wouldn't be doing it. I can't imagine doing it without them. They do so much. I feel like it's not really a head coach and two assistants. I feel like it's a threesome, a trio, kind of sharing equally in, practice plans, lineups, systems, things like that, and giving different ideas and input. And they run practice. James will run a practice. I run a practice, and so it's like almost 3 head coaches. And I can't say enough about what they do for the program. James couldn't make it tonight. Glenn, thank you. I also want to thank the parents and the boosters. The boosters do so much, and I don't know if everybody's aware just how much. This year, like most years, they got the team jackets and bags. So we look like a team coming to play a game when we go to Rome or Mohawk Valley or anywhere else. All right, we look like a team. Very important. They put on senior night. They put on the banquet. When we played Broome County, we had to leave right after school for that game to get down there that Friday. There were subs for us, chips, water. That's the Booster Club. They do all sorts of things for us. Broome County, we had just such an incredible experience down there that I've already reached out to their coach. We're going back next year for an afternoon game, January 25th. It's a Saturday. Colgate hosts Harvard that night. Already looked. So I'd love to play at 1 or 2 in the afternoon. I've talked to Jeff real briefly last week about the potential for a charter bus. That's another big expense that the Booster Club does for us. And just make a day of it. Go down there, play our game, come up, watch Colgate Harvard, D1, fantastic hockey. So the Booster Club does so much, and it is appreciated. I want them to know that. Parents, the last thing I want to do before a game is worry about, okay, who's going to work the score clock? Who's going to do the announcing? Who's going to fill out the game sheet? I need 2 attendants for the penalty boxes. I don't want to be worrying about any of that. There's enough going on and work to worry about, and it's just taken care of, again, a lot by the boosters, but parents in general, just pitching in, helping out, and it's, those things don't just happen. There's people that are dedicated and want to give their kid a great experience playing high school hockey, and that's very much appreciated. And parents, I love the support. We go to Rome and there's a big crowd in back of us of parents that are into it, and not just parents, but entire families, and it's great. We love the support, and it really makes a difference for us. Parents, thank you. This one, guys, we should have had a little more enthusiasm clapping for your parents. Go on! That's better. Lastly, the players. I'll tell you, I wouldn't want to be coaching anywhere else. Beeville is it for me. We get great kids. We get some good players. But one thing that stood out to me this year, and I talked to Coach McCaffrey about this too, is how fast this season went. It just flew by. And to me, that's a sign that you're really enjoying what you're doing, and you're enjoying the people that you are doing that with. And just a fun group to be around. Never embarrass the team or the program or their school or their town. I can't say enough about these guys. I don't take this opportunity for granted with Beeville. Every year it's a one-year term and you're kind of either reappointed or you're not, and I've had the good fortune to be reappointed, and I owe the players a lot for that because they make me look good. So guys, thank you very much. The highlights of this season. First and foremost, getting back on our side at track. Scott, thank you. Adam Patel, thank you. Charla, Randy, I don't know who I'm forgetting, but thank you. It was fantastic. I can't say enough about it. It was great ice. The first time we get on the ice, it's like, oh, this is phenomenal. To have our locker room right there is phenomenal. The benches, better than ever. I'm getting a little wobbly in my old age, and we got a nice long runway for Coach Lloyd and Coach McCaffrey, so we're not falling over each other. It was a thrill to get back where Beeville hockey belongs on our side, and again, it is not taken for granted. There's people who put in their time, their money, their blood, sweat, and tears, and again, that is very much appreciated. So, to me, that's a huge highlight. Other highlights. These are compliments of the boys. Game 1 versus Syracuse at the Icebreaker, nice 4-2 W, liked that one. We had league wins over Obey, CNS, that was a nice win. That Liverpool-Fulton CNY Fusion team in Mohawk Valley, so those were all nice. One thing that didn't really go our way like we had hoped, but it was still a real highlight, I thought, was playing at Colgate. That was pretty cool. Again, a beautiful facility, and I really enjoyed that experience. And we may go back next year. Not sure on that. I'll talk more about that a little bit later. The win over Williamsville East at the Skinny Atlas tournament. Michael, game winner, 0.8 seconds left or something. First thing I did was look at the clock thinking, they're gonna wave this off. But nope, wasn't even a question, but we never even dropped the puck afterwards, did we? I think the clock just ran out, that was it, and so I'm glad they were paying attention, because it was legit. It was a good goal with less than a second left, so that was very cool. I don't know if I've ever coached a game like that before, where you win with less than a second left. The outdoor game at Broome County obviously was really cool. Who was it? Rocco had played there and said, "Oh my God, it's incredible! You won't believe it." And I thought, okay, Rocco, I sort of believe you, but he wasn't sugarcoating it, overstating it. It was so cool. It's a little chilly, but it was very, very cool experience. And that's why I've already gotten in touch with their coach. We're going to do a home and home next year. They're in Section 4. The only team other than them is Ithaca. So they're looking to schedule games. So they're going to come to our place. We're going to go to their place. So get a good relationship going with them. So that was another highlight. Let's see, what else? The sectional game versus FM. Another one. We had not scored on that goalie. We lost 3-0 during the regular season. And then we hadn't scored the entire game when we played them in sectionals. We pull Nate, we get the extra skater, and Casey Gilbert. 9 seconds left. Casey, thank you. Had to score on that goalie for 102 minutes, and it was not looking good, but the guys never lost faith. We never gave up, never quit, which is another thing I want to say about the boys is this year, I've never seen anything like it with not just injuries, which we had 5, but we had major illness, COVID, mono, strep throat. There were times where I scratched 8 names off of our little sticker to put on the score sheet. And so the adversity these guys dealt with, but maybe they talked to each other about it, but Coach and I never heard them say, oh my God, we're gonna get killed, we don't stand a chance. Never. They could have easily quit during that FM game. Oh, we just can't score on this guy. They refused to. And deserve so much credit for that. I still thought, okay, we scored 1 goal in 102 minutes against this guy. Going into overtime, our chances probably aren't great. Michael Gregoire picks up the puck, goes end to end. What a finish. Thanks, Michael. And that was I feel like there were some really incredible memories from this season that, all thanks to these guys, just really came through and were a pleasure to coach. And some of the games were a little tighter than I would have preferred, but yeah, they just gave their all the time. Really appreciate it. With Beeville, we try to emphasize team. It's all about team. And you know, we don't want to get too into the individual thing, but you know, let's face it, a high school hockey team is comprised of individuals. And so right now I want to recognize all our individuals, starting with our freshman class. Koji. Whoa. All right, our freshman group. Small group, 3 guys. But very strong class. Really impressed with these guys. Just to make a varsity sport as a freshman is an accomplishment. You know, you think how many guys are playing, you know, varsity lacrosse as a freshman? Maybe a few, not a lot. Varsity football, varsity baseball, I wouldn't think a lot. Once in a while, yeah. But particularly at a school district like Baldwinsville, a big school district with a great history in a ton of different sports, it's not easy to make a team as a freshman. But these guys not only made it, they refused to just be content with, okay, I'm part of the team. They wanted to be difference makers, and they were. Just an incredible year for our 3 freshmen. First up, Chase Brooks. Come on up. Stuff here, Coach McCaffrey's got for you. Next up, Rylan McCullum. Yeah, Last but not least, Alessio McGrady.
Yeah, Alessio.
Next up, our sophomores. This group is incredibly talented. They cover every situation, every position. We got goalies in this group, we got defensemen in this group, we got forwards in this group, we got guys who are on the man up, the man down, 5-on-5. This group just does it all, an outstanding class. As a coach, I think, you know, you're trying to stay in the present, but you always have one eye kind of on the future. And it's just a great feeling to know that, you know, a lot of these guys will be coming back and really forming the nucleus of our team for the next couple of years. So sophomores, great group. Number 1, Zach Bice. Next up, the one and only Brody Kluke. Tom Dorito. Mr. Ari Fusco. Make sure you get the shirt. There. Here's a large XL. Just hold it up. Michael Gregoire. Daniel Hinman. How you coming, coaches? Good. Don Pertell. Matt Ross. Abby Roth. And Rocco Weaver. Oh yeah. Before I get to juniors, just one thing that, I don't know if you noticed, but you call a kid's name to come up, and the team is just so enthusiastic about these guys coming. You can tell that it's just a group that cares about one another. And it just makes such a difference as a coach when they get along, they're on a page, and that's a compliment to them and also you parents for how they've been raised. But anyways, the juniors, small in numbers, big in size and strength. This was a group that cleared some space for us, let our skill guys do their thing. A big hit is like, a blocked shot, a big save, a penalty kill. It swings momentum. This group, you look at these guys, and this is our biggest, strongest class size-wise, and they did a great job with that. Really tenacious, hard-working group, always battling, giving their best. And there's a couple things we try to emphasize, but one is we want to be hard to play against, like just miserable. And I think this junior class, in a good way, was miserable to play against. So nice job by the juniors. First up, Ryan Hookman. Mitch Burlingame.
And fourth,
You need XL or
yeah, we're going to need
Brady Garcia. Dylan Garcia. Kelvin Graham. And Tyler Mahalik.
getting the Ohio award.
All right, that was it. Just 6 juniors. Our senior class. To have success at the high school level, you have to stack class on top of class, like good quality classes together. And this group of seniors was a big part of that for several years now. Last year, we were 19-2-1. The senior class last year was outstanding. We lost 14, and a couple of kids to juniors too. But we had this class coming in because this is just such a solid class. The year before last, we were 18-3-1. Again, in large part due to then the sophomore class. And they were just that good. And so we were stacking classes. The year before that, for those who made it as freshmen, that was our COVID year, and we went 8-4-1, playing the best teams, Skinny Atlas, West Genesee, the best teams we could find and compete against, Syracuse. That's a pretty remarkable record of success that these guys have enjoyed. Overall, their record, our record for the last 4 years was 55-21-3. Pretty darn good. We won 2 league regular season championships, 2 appearances in the sectional final. Lost both of those games, unfortunately, 2-1 to a team that went on to win the state championship one year, 6-0 in the state final. We had lost to them 2-1. In the following year, they were the state runner-up. So that shows we're competing very well against the top teams in New York State. Pretty remarkable run of success. So, our seniors. First up, Ben DiStefano. Ben played a huge part in our success. I do not want to overlook him. He was just such a big help to the coaching staff and the team. All the little behind the scene things that have to get done, and he took care of it. He just, we'd get on the bus, oh geez, do we have the coaching board? Yep, I got it, coach, we're good. Okay, oh, do we have the AED? Yep, it's loaded, coach, we're good. And he just took care of all that stuff. And you can't overstate the value and importance of that. But he was more than just a manager. He was part of our team. He was right there, enthusiastic, energetic, dependable, supportive, conscientious of every guy on the team, and just a really, really valuable addition to our team this year. Thank you, Ben.
Yeah.
Connor Bork. As a coach, you really want your team to improve overall, but you want each individual kid to improve as well, get better throughout the season and year after year to show improvement, and finish their high school career with a big senior year. And Connor Bork is the poster child for that particular accomplishment. So he just got better year after year after year, earned more and more playing time, more and more responsibility. He's on, all of a sudden this year, he's on man up, he's on man down, he's playing 5-on-5. He's out there at key moments of the game, late in the period, late in the game, whether we're trying to score and we're down one or we're trying to protect a lead, and he just did it all for us. At the end of the year, unfortunately, Trevor went down with mono, and so Borky, Connor really started to step into a leadership role too. You know, I always want, if possible, 3, maybe 4 captains leading, and so I really appreciated that. Our leading scorer this year, honorable mention league all-star. Nice job. Nolan Burlingame. Leadership, obviously, is absolutely vital to any sports team, and I think really with high school, probably in particular, guys are going to follow. That could be a good thing or it can be a bad thing, depending on your leadership. Well, this year we had great leadership, and we knew we were going to have it. I actually texted Nolan last summer saying, Nolan, I like seeing you every week at Muskie's clinics. And he was there all the time. And not only there, he was working hard, pushing. And a lot of times Muskie's clinics got some younger kids, and a senior might be, I don't really need this. Nope, that's what leadership is about. You know, encouraging the kids. So it was a no-brainer. We knew last summer that he was going to be a captain this year. Started out great. First line, we got Nolan, we got Brody, we got Braden. I'm like, what a line. Unfortunately, Nolan had to deal with some adversity. We lost Braden, which was a huge loss. We lost Brody, which was a huge loss. And all of a sudden now we're scrambling who's he going to skate with. And, but to his credit, never got down, always kept going, and did a great job for us this year. Cam Chavis. Shirts are getting a little messed up here. A team first guy, if there ever was one, Cam Chavis. He was always all about his teammates, how he could help, what he could contribute, and he did that every single day, whether it was practice, pushing guys to go, skate harder, work harder. When he got his opportunities in games, he would go 100 miles an hour. I think drive the opponents crazy. He'd be crashing the net, and they knew they were in a game when Cam was on the ice because he's finishing checks. He's back checking like a banshee. He's got that junkyard dog attitude, that a dog on a bone type of thing. And again, I said before with the junior class when I was talking about them, we want to be miserable to play against. And Cam was miserable to play against because he contested every inch of ice. And so he was great for us for a number of reasons. His leadership, his support, whenever he got in games, you knew you had 100% from Cam. Thanks, Cam.
Yeah, Cam.
Braden Evans.
Purple score. Purple score.
We were thrilled to get Braden back this year after a year away with the Nats. He's just a skilled centerman that you never have enough of those. We penciled in as a starter right away from day one, along with Nolan and Brody. That's a heck of a line. And I really wish we could have seen what that line could have done, because they would have been really good. That was a devastating loss for us. Then all of a sudden, that was the first of many. And now we're losing Brody, Rocco, Mitch, Jack, Nolan. Then we had the illnesses, and it was just, I felt like the last few years we had a great run and everything broke our way, and this year things didn't break our way. We dealt with a ton of adversity, and Braden's the classic example of that. Great kid, great player. Would have been nice to finish up with a great senior season. This just wasn't how it was supposed to go. Still really glad he was back and part of our team. And when he was with us, he was a great player. Nice job. Casey Gilbert.
Oh, yeah! Casual guy around. No emotion.
All right, I think if you asked anybody on this team, okay, who am I describing? Cool, calm, collected, composed. I think you'd all know who we were talking about. That's Casey. There is a no panic button in this kid's repertoire. He's got a great threshold for panic or whatever. He just so composed, and whether that's skating the puck out of our defensive zone, whether that's moving the puck up on the breakout, if it's walking the line in the offensive zone and getting shots through to the net, this guy is cool as a cube. Honorable mention league all-star who would have been higher. If we stayed healthy, we would have been a top team. There's no question about that. And I think if we had a better record, he would have been, a first or second team all-star. He's that good and that valuable to us. Just a superb player. And, the last thing, and maybe one of the most important things, on a team full of players with absolutely awful taste in NHL teams, there was one shining star that I could count on that restored my faith in the youth of America. So, Casey, thank you for that. Jack Heatley. few times throughout the season, coaches are contacted by the people at Syracuse.com, and you're asked to respond to a certain question. And one might be, who is your midseason MVP? One might be, who is the opponent you most have to game plan for? Well, one week we got a question, who is your unsung hero? And it took me about 1/10 of a second to figure that one out. No question, it was Jack. There really, sorry guys, but there wasn't much of another consideration with unsung hero. He is reliable, dependable. He's a defense-first defenseman, which, being old school like I am, like coaches, we like our nice, dependable, solid defensive defenseman, and Jack was exactly that. Just such a pleasure to coach. Again, another player that's got better and better year after year, contributed more and more year after year, and this year he ended up being just indispensable to our success. And this is, he doesn't get all the accolades and the credit, but this is going to be a huge loss, and a lot of these guys are. We had such a good senior class, and Jack was right there among the most valuable of our players. Nice job, Jack. Miles Hughes. Nice job. We're getting a few things. And you got to pick out a shirt. You got medium, there's no small. Like with Casey, I think if you just mentioned a few words to describe Miles, we'd all know who you were talking about. Relentless, tenacious, persistent, nonstop, pain in the butt, whatever you want to say. That's how Miles played, and he did it very, very well. A first-year player is a senior. Not saying the coaching staff is ready for the NHL anytime soon. It takes us a little while with these new guys. Okay, where are they going to fit in? We don't know much about them. But the more he skated with us throughout the season, we thought, we got a pretty darn good player on our hands here. And as we figured that out, he got more and more time, contributed more and more, till he just, by the end of the season, was a vital part of our lineup. Just doing a great job. So whether it was a big hit, a blocked shot, whatever it was, digging in the corners, nonstop work ethic, Miles was always first one you think about in that case. Nice job, Miles. Jimmy Reynolds. Nice job, Jimmy. A player with this size and this skating ability is nice to have, and doesn't always work out that way at the high school level. But Jimmy, just a superb skater with size to back it up. So therefore, it makes him great with his skating. He's valuable in the offensive zone. With his size and strength, he's valuable in the defensive zone. Again, as an old school coach, I like that kind of player, just like I said with Jack. Any situation he's comfortable in, man up, man down, he did both. 5-on-5, again, key situations in a game at the end of a period or at the end of a game. A kind of do-it-all defenseman for us. Just had complete faith every time we sent him over the boards. His contributions don't always show up in the score sheet, but you do not win without these kind of players. And he's been a big part of our team for years now, and was a big part of this remarkable run of success we've had over the last several years. Great job, Jimmy. Southerner. Like I said earlier, I've been at this job for 39 years, and a first occurred this year, and you're looking at it. First time we've ever had a goalie as a captain. I don't really like goalies as captains. No, not in this case. But I feel like goalies got to get dialed in. They got to take care of themselves mentally getting ready for a game. They can't be worried about the rest of the team and trying to get them going and charged up. So that's why we haven't had any in the past. But you know, you look at the individual that Nate is. Maybe shouldn't bring it up, but some of the adversity he's dealt with in his young life, and I just felt like he's the perfect candidate. How can we not have this kid as a captain? We do a vote for captains, and I think the players recognize that, but the coaches, we also vote for captains. We get a vote too. And I don't manipulate the, you know, who wins and who doesn't. But Nate, you know, a lot of votes from his teammates and certainly from his coaches as well. He's a guy that just paid his dues over the year. He was mainly a backup for the last few years, got some occasional games, but he waited his turn, he was patient, and finally this was his year and he took it and ran with it and did a really nice job for us. Honorable mention, all-league selection. Just again, another example of getting better year after year after year and stepping in and really filling some big shoes from goalies we've had in the past. And he did it as well or better than any of them. Great job, Nate. Trevor Sutton. We got large, we got with Trevor, I think the accolades that he has earned tell the story. This year he was first team All-CNY. That's despite missing several games, again, because of mono, and that's unheard of. Like, to miss several games and still be first team All-CNY, that's remarkable. But it shows the respect he had around the league from opposing coaches. He was first team All-League as well. Last year as a junior, he was second team All-League. This year, team captain, leader. Can't tell you, you guys see for yourself how effective a player he is. Just some monstrous hits that change the momentum in a game, get everybody charged up on the bench. Great shot from the point. He contributes offensively, defensively, just rock solid. Just an overall incredible player. With Trevor, like when we lost him this year to his sickness, and then you know, next year when he's not back, you don't replace a player like that. You just try to minimize the damage that's done by the loss of a player like that. And that's what we tried to do this year. And fortunately, we had some nice players step up best they could. But you just don't replace a player like Trevor. And going to be a lot of pressure on our team next year to try to do that for us. Great player for us for 4 years. Wow. All right, that's it. That's our senior class. Woo! Great group. I promise I'm winding down here. I won't be too much longer. Ricky, was that you? All right, our awards. First up, Commitment Award. This goes to a guy who's dedicated, hardworking, conscientious, indispensable to our team this year. This is a guy who, he would let me know, like, you're supposed to let me know if you're not going to make a practice. Well, he let me know if he'd be late, if he couldn't make it. I really appreciated it. And he was our manager, Ben DeStefano. Most improved academic average. I have to say, I did not see this one coming. What we do on this is we take the first 10-week marking period average, the second 10-week marking period average, see who goes up the most, or who goes down the least in some years. Some years it's been that bad. Anyways, any ideas who it might be? Not Miles, no. Not Dylan. Not Ari. Connor Bork.
Is that a typo? Must have had a good welding
Guys, I'm as surprised as you are.
If you need a tutor, don't call me.
Let's see, our highest academic award. This one does not surprise me. And we have a lot of smart players on the hockey team. I know you hear the dumb jock thing and all that. That's a long time ago that was appropriate maybe, but not anymore. We get multiple guys, 95 plus averages. Pretty sure this guy won it last year, Dylan Garcia. Next up, our Spark Plug Award. It's exactly what it sounds like. A guy who gives us energy, gives us a spark, a lift, whether it's on the bench, on the ice, in practice, in the game, in the locker room, whatever the case may be. You got to have those kind of guys, and we did. Cam Chavis. Exceptional Senior Award. I get a little wishy-washy with these. I can't really decide, couldn't really pick. So it's the Booster Club footing the bill for these plaques, so I picked a bunch of guys.
Good job.
These guys, again, they were the nucleus of our team. So valuable, so important, and not just this year, but years prior. It's our Blazer boys. Casey Gilbert, Jack Heatley, Miles Hughes, Jimmy Reynolds. Jack, Jimmy. We don't give that award every year, but this was really an exceptional group. The Founders Award, this goes, it's named after the people who started the program back in the late 1970s, gave money to get it off the ground, and we give this to the people who, the guys who represent Baldwinsville in a positive manner all the time, on the ice, off the ice, you know, in the school, out of the school, whatever. Again, I think, well, no, I would say an easy choice, but we got a lot of guys who do that very well. But this year we got Nolan Burlingame, Braden Evans. Coach's Award, again, kind of what it sounds like, dedicated, determined, low maintenance guys, but high quality, high character. Nate Southerton, Connor Board. This pains me with your political affiliation. We have two more left. Most improved player, most valuable player. Both of these are voted on by the team. The team knows best. They know guys are taking shortcuts or what they're saying in the locker room or whatever. They know best. So that's why we have them vote for captains. We have them vote for most improved player, most valuable player. I thought, they always get it right. I really feel that. Most improved player this year, Dom Dorito. Again, most valuable player, same thing. Voted on by the team. The players know. The players get it right every year. Trevor Sutton. Just 2 more minutes. Next season, returners. If you play a spring sport, that's great. I love it when guys play more than one sport. I think it's good for you. Focus on that. Concentrate on that. If you don't play a spring sport, I would like you to be, thank you, either at the rink, skating, shooting, stick handling, whatever. Saw Daniel Hinman there the other day. That's what I want to see. I'd also like to see, not just that, everybody likes to go on the ice and skate around and shoot. We need to get in the gym. Whatever you belong to, I may send out, I'll start sending my emails again before long, and I may have a recommendation or two for you, but we need to get bigger, stronger, to compete at this level. I will be in touch about Summer League. Again, if you're an underclassman, it's not for seniors. If you're an underclassman, I got a sign-up sheet up here. Please sign up. If we end up with 7 or 8 names, we're not doing it. If we get several more, we may. So that's kind of up to you. Muskie will be running his summer program again once a week. It's not asking too much. He is excellent. And I would like everybody to be there. Make that a priority. Next season schedule, I've got 19 games scheduled out of 20. I told you about Broome County, home and away. We are no longer in the icebreaker. I told Coach Calabufo, we got like 5 home games scheduled next year. We're not playing in that tournament. We can't do it. We need to get more home games. So I reached out. We got Cortland Homer at home. We got New Hartford. We went there the last 2 years. They're coming to our place next year just to try to get a few more home games. And that's only getting like 8. I think we still have 12 away. But we have, I believe it's 8 at home. Trying to think, we owe Fairport, so we'll go to Fairport. We owe Whitesboro, so we'll go there. Auburn should come to us. All that is status quo. We got our usual league games. If we were home this year, then we're at their place next year and vice versa. We are back at the Skinny Atlas tournament. That's just a really high quality tournament. Same 4 teams. So I wanted to get back into that. I think that's about all I can remember off the top of my head. But anyways, you know, maybe it's just because I'm getting older that, you know, next season's going to be here before you know it. For young guys, you might think, oh, geez, that's months and months away. But as you get older, you realize it's right around the corner. And we need you working now. Everybody works hard during the season. We need you working hard during the off-season if you really want to pick it up to the next level. Whether that's playing for us, getting ice time, or hopefully that's not the goal. Just, oh, I hope I make the lineup. Hopefully your goal is to make Beeville better so we can beat those, I won't say it, but beat the guys from across town once in a while. So anyways, that's the goal. Not just making the team and being part of it. Make your goal to be good enough so we can beat everybody and win a sectional championship. That's the goal. Last thing, seniors, thank you very much. It's been an honor coaching you guys over the last several years. Really appreciate it. Thanks, everybody.
We got something to say. Sit down.
Well, you shouldn't have.
Yeah. Nah, we know more than anyone that this is not an easy group to parent and control, and you guys did a great job, and we thank you for your effort and hard work.
Well, thank you very much.
There would be one for Coach Muskie, but he's not here right now.
Appreciate that. Thank you very much.
We need a Nate and Trevor speech.
Yep.
Can we afford that?
Yes.
Alright, I'm Nate.
Yeah, Nate.
I know that my dad really wanted me on this team, and it was a big dream for me to be on this team. And I just really want everyone to know that like this team matters. Like this team matters to like the whole town, to everyone in school and everything. So don't just play for yourself, don't just play for your teammates, but play for the team.
Yeah, and on what Nate said, it's bigger than what you really think it is. The whole, like, being in section championships in the past, looking back, seeing an entire town backing you up while you're out there playing is really special. So there's always a bigger cause when you're out there playing for Beeville. And just once again, thank you to coaches. Like Nolan said, it's definitely hard to tolerate a group of guys like this. And thank you for everything you guys have taught me over the years.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate
So thank you, Coach, and thank you, captains. I do have a few, I have a script here. I'll try to stick to it. I'll try to make it as quick as possible, but I do have some people that I need to acknowledge. Can everybody hear me without the microphone? So first off, on behalf of the Booster Club, I'd like to thank the players, the coaches, your parents and families for all your support this year. It means a great deal, and we appreciate it immensely. We'd also like to thank Baldwinsville Athletic Director Chris Campolita, School Superintendent Joe DeBarbery, and the Baldwinsville Pep Band, Plan B, who made their first return in 6 years to the hockey rink. How awesome was it having the Pep Band home? So just like it takes a great team effort on the ice, it takes a great team effort off the ice. We had that effort this year with our Booster Club. So I'd like to take a few moments and recognize and thank the Booster team. So first off, Vice President Gary Bice. VP, Gary's my right-hand man, heartbeat away, right? Thank you for always making yourself available and willing to do anything. I don't know how many times he'd say, what can I do? How can I help? Just let me know. Whether it was picking up something at Mackay's, printing our home game roster handouts, or frantically packing subs and snacks for the Broome County Farmering game before the buses left. That was fun, right? Yeah. So thank you, Carrie. treasurer, Michelle Nellenbeck. Thank you for always being available. Countless emails, texts, and phone calls. Keeping a keen eye on our financials, very important. Putting our season program together, that was awesome. Organizing and developing our scholarship. So a little FYI, so this year we've developed Michelle, pretty much took the leadership on that. So senior parents, look for an email with a scholarship application package about the second week of April. So we're going to give out one $500 scholarship this year. So that's brand new. Thank you, Michelle, for organizing that. And also your help with senior night coordination. So thank you, Michelle. Our secretary, Tracy Healy. Thank you for your detailed note-taking. Your honesty and enthusiasm. So anybody who knows Tracy. And your uncanny ability to share what's on your mind. Your extensive planning and organizing, really taking the lead for the senior night with Michelle and Jess. So thank you, Tracy. Social media, Jessica Chavez. Thank you for your energy and enthusiasm, your help with senior night coordination, and for putting the collages together. So there's one here, and there's two at the dessert table back there. Jess did those for senior night. She took the social media position. She took the social media position with a partner, and shortly after the season started, she lost that partner when she stepped down. So although she doubted herself, she did an excellent job with the Facebook page. We started a brand new page this year. We started with nothing, and the last count yesterday we had 426 followers. So great job. At large, Mark Heatley. So I've known Mark for 30 years. He laughed. I've even worked with Mark professionally. So thank you for your steady voice, your thoughtful insight and advice, always being willing and ready to assist with any request. Thank you, Mark. Max Sutton.
Yeah.
So Max, our Swiss Army knife, our jack of all trades, the go-to guy. Mac's been involved with the Booster Club for how long, Mac?
Long enough.
I thought you were going to say too long. So Mac knows what needs to be done and when it needs to be done. He is truly the go-to guy. Whether it's organizing or ordering the senior banners, you see here, putting together our home game roster handouts, getting jackets and bags or whatever else at Mackay's, or working on something at the rink. Really does it all. Thank you, Mac. Fundraising chair, Charlotte Roth. So literally, the day the roster was posted, I got a text from Charlotte at 6:51 that evening. I quote, "Okay, now that my kid made the team, what can I do to help the boosters?" That's Charlotte. So from there, she hit the ground running. She headed up our raffle, which was new this year. She handled the 50-50 sales at the home games. She was the driver and the organizer for Teacher Appreciation Night. We had planned that from the beginning, from the summer. We wanted to do a Teacher Appreciation Night, and it kind of started to wane whether we were going to do it or not, and Charlotte was like, "Nope, we're doing it." And she basically took the ball and ran with it, and it was awesome. So that's something we're going to definitely do every year. The photo buttons for the moms, the Christmas ornaments. She even helped with the Facebook page. Thank you, Charlotte. So Scott Hinman, I know I'm going to echo some of Coach's sentiments, but it deserves to be recognized. These people really deserve it. Scott Hinman and Charlotte Roth for their efforts with the track and their leadership in getting the East Rink back up, and for holding the opening ceremony at one of our home games. Also want to include Randy Roth here. For those that don't know Randy, he's an ever-presence at the rink and is always helping. He's probably there now, right? And always helping in some capacity. So thank you, Scott, Charlotte, and Randy. Adam and Jen Pertel, they're not here tonight, but they deserve this in their company, Quality Mechanical Services, for all they've done and continue to do to keep the track facility operating, and for being instrumental in reviving the East Rink and for donating the new scoreboard. Also, congratulations to them on having the East Rink named the QMS Rink. Well deserved. So thank you, Adam and Jen. Matt Man Taylor over there. So
Yeah, Matt!
those of you that don't know Matt has a YouTube channel at MattMan20006.
It's Matman 2006. Yes.
So Matt's a staple at our hockey games, a lot of Baldwinsville games, whether it be football, lacrosse, wrestling, volleyball, you name it. Go to his YouTube page, check out, he's got game footage there. He's working on highlight footage right now.
After the banquet, I'll be posting 2 videos. One will be the highlight of every single score we had, and then the second one, because there was copyright issues because of Dancing Queen, of all the winning that we did when we did have wins, all that music had to be copyright shared. So that will be a second video. That's only 6 minutes, but the full video is like 2 hours almost.
Thank you, Matt.
He also has a page on Smug Mug where he has thousands, literally thousands of photos of our games, and they're for sale. So check it out.
There's a link on every video on YouTube, so if you've seen the video on YouTube, just click on the link, and there's a description in every video where the photos are, for each year, too.
Thank you. Quick plug for Scott Thomas and Scott Thomas Photography for doing our team pictures this year. And he's also, I think we have a link on our Facebook page, he's doing digital prints for individual players if you're interested. Like I said, link on our Facebook page. Thank you, Scott. I'm almost done. I want to recognize our coach mentioned, but not specifically. It's important. It's vital. I call them our game day boxers. So those are our folks that work the game, our home games. First is Frank Garcia, our amazing. Frank does a great job, and he has fun with it. Sometimes a bit too much fun. Never. Whether it's announcing hockey trivia between stoppages, an official attendance announcement of 4,364, or a 2-minute minor for giving the player the business. Thank you, Frank, for announcing the style. Rich Weaver, our music man. Anyone who knows hockey knows how important it is to have a skilled music man. And we had one this season with Rich. So great job. Rich put a lot of hard work into it, and it showed. Thanks, Rich. Kevin McGrain, game clock. So Kevin, I thought we might lose Kevin after our first game with our new scoreboard. When he turned around to me, he's like, this thing isn't stopping. When I hit stop, the clock's not stopping. And I'm like, uh-oh. But then we figured out it's a wireless connection between the controller and the scoreboard, and it reset itself. But it was kind of hairy, touch and go there. I thought he might just take off running. Did a great job. Thank you, Kevin. Tim Graham, score sheet. So, new role for Tim. Those of you that don't know Tim, Tim's been a coach on his son Calvin's youth hockey teams all through the years, so his responsibility during the game was on the bench. But he's like, you know, I've never done a score sheet or the game clock, but I'm sure I can learn. I'm like, I know you can learn, Tim. And he did learn quickly. Did a great job. Thanks, Tim. Mahalik, penalty box. Joe can really work a door. He do a score sheet if we need him to as well. He loves working the games, and he's a pleasure to have. Thanks, Joe. Max Sutton again, penalty box and goal horn. Awesome on the horn and quick with a replacement puck, right, Mac? Thanks, Mac.
Yeah, Mac.
Just a couple more here. Our senior night helpers, please forgive me if I forget anybody. Lisa Mahalik, Deb Gregoire, Brad Chavez, Kelly Weiss, Randy and Charlotte Roth, and our board members, so thank you. Mac and Angela Sutton for hosting a team dinner at their house in January. Thank you. Angela Sutton for her baking genius. Home games, away games, yes, she takes it on the road. Senior night, tonight, that whole dessert table is Angela's. Awesome, thank you. Our athletic trainers, not here tonight, Allie Sauter and Megan Fitzpatrick, thank you. Of course, our coaches, Mark Lloyd, Glenn McCaffrey, and James Muscatello, who couldn't be here tonight. Thank you very much. The team here at Pastas for hosting. Thank you.
Let's give it up for Mr. Booker one more time.
The banners. So before you leave, make sure you take your respective players, your banner, with you. Coach has the list here. I don't know if you just want it while they're still at the table. I don't know if you want to just pass it around the table.
Can we get
Yes, and also plenty of opportunities for photos. If those seniors, hopefully you brought your senior jersey if you want to get just senior pictures or individuals or pictures with coach or what have you.
Let's get a quick big team picture.
Okay, we have room.
We made it work last year, we can do it again.
All right, podium.
Underclassmen, if you're interested in Summer League, sign up.
I did.
Thank you, everybody.
Coach me. Coach, can I be the coach?
All the time.
Coach,
Oh,
Yes.
that's an inspired